Dude, Nick totaled out his X3. Just kidding.
Yeah, don't say that.
This is actually total prevention.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very, hey, I like that. You're right. It is total prevention. Nope. Today we are going to be putting CT Raceworx bomb-proof kit and lower box A-arms and an S3 shock tower brace. Can-Am's new to me, to us, working on. We've always been Polaris guys, so this is actually like the first time me like really diving into the car. Other than the radius rods, we did do the radius rods. Shout out to Atlas. Link in the description below or on the website, dirtdudes.com. That was kind of a bear. I remember we were fighting it a little bit. I was starting to panic there towards the end. So hopefully we don't have this problem here. We've done a lot of research and read all the instructions. CT, they give you a little code where you can scan it with your phone, get some digital instructions on it. So we've been reading that, like I said, watching some videos. Seems pretty cut and dry, but definitely seems like there's going to be a process here.
Yeah.
But I'm super pumped to put this stuff on, honestly. Like these boxed A-arms. Oh, baby.
Those are thicker than a Snicker.
Oh, dude, I'm actually geeked to get these things on, man. They are...
wow.
There's some big daddies here.
So we only did the lowers. The uppers aren't really necessary. Yeah. And the other thing is this is an electronic suspension, and it's a total pain in the ass.
100%. So I got the smart locks on my car, and the smart shocks is controlled by like linkage. So when you mess with the upper A-arms or the trailing arms where that linkage is attached to, unless that like they are probably spot on and it messes with any of that, it's going to throw the shock off, and then you have to get it recalibrated, blah, 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 blah. So I hear, kind of avoid messing with the upper A-arms.
And trailing arms.
Just the trailing arms, maybe throw a guard on them or something like that. The upper A-arms, we'd have to really take a good whop. I feel like they are kind of, when you feel them, and then you feel them, you're like, oh, I kind of wish I did.
It's two different levels.
Yeah, 100%. But lower A-arms.
That's pretty damn beefy, though.
Yeah, no, she's super beefy. So pretty pumped on this little setup right here. Possibly, maybe even throw a winch on.
Oh, yeah, dude. I totally forgot. I didn't even look at it. I like how it's a Badland winch, just like Super ATV, but it's not Super ATV.
Right? I'm going to tell everybody it is.
Yeah, I got a Badland. Just say you got a Badland winch in there.
Exactly.
They'll never know.
Yeah, nobody will know.
It's a ZXR.
I did kind of go with like a little kid winch. They were on sale. They were on sale for a good price, man. It was like $70, dude, with 2-year replacement, like $99 out the door. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go with it. So
it's like double the money to go to $3,500, right?
Yeah, it was like $170. So I was like, man, we'll just do this. So I mean, if I gotta like pull a little quad out or like a Tonka car or something. I'm just kidding, dude.
It'll work. It'll help you if you really
100%.
need to.
I've never even had a winch, so even just having a little tension, everybody knows. That's sometimes all you need is that little nudge.
Yeah, plus there's enough of us that also have them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at this thing.
Yeah, it's a little winch.
Yeah, wow,
It's
bro. That is...
I wanted to keep it light in the front, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want a lot of weight up there, bro.
That is tiny. It reminds me of my Vice I got here that I thought was full size when I ordered it online.
Not much bigger than a Vice.
Looks like a fire extinguisher.
It does, dude.
Rescue.
Yeah. Put you out. Put you out. So, but the one thing is, so we do got a little bumper over here.
I forgot. Dude, yeah. Stuff keeps piling up.
I know.
It doesn't.
I was messing with it a couple days ago. I'm like, yeah.
Is that it? Right there?
Yeah, but how do you bolt it?
Right there.
But only those two bolts? They don't even line up with anything.
No, that's because you bought a Chinese one. I mean, they're probably all Chinese.
They probably are, but I do have this, but none of the bolts. Maybe we'll mess with it. But till then, we got the bomb-proof kit over here.
I got to tease them with one thing.
Oh.
Check out my sweet Viper machine gated shifter for the freaking Xpedition coming soon, waiting on parts. And here is the red, white, and blue one for the Pro R. Yep.
Just waiting on the car.
Just waiting on the car. Link in the bio for the for these gated shifters. They're badass. Did you bring yours?
Yeah, mine's
Oh, cool.
Yep.
But the whole point of like this video today is these gusset parts. That's the big thing is X3s are known to wallow out some of their bolt holes, and this is what will save your ass.
Yep, pretty much right here. So All the stuff you need. So basically, like this right here is going to attach to the front of the bulkhead, and the farther point out A-arms, you know, upper is going to go in here, lowers will go in here, and then basically this is going to go behind the plate. We'll show you guys when we get in there. Bolts down to this, boom, A-arms in here, lower A-arms in there. So basically, yeah, here, just throw that guy right underneath there.
Boom.
And this is basically what we're going to install.
Yep, that's going to be the setup.
Yep. So,
and then obviously the shock tower over there.
Yep, shock tower brace. And what we're going to do first is we heard to go do the shock tower first and put all that in, put all that back together, and then get down below, put all that back together. So next move, we're going to pull this radiator. I'm going to pop these screws or these bolts out here, a couple bolts out here, and we're going to try to actually get this radiator right out of the way. And saw a video. Some guys just lift it up, boom, stretch everything apart, and drop in the shock tower brace.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So once we get in there, a couple other things that might be a pain in the butt is might have to loosen up the diff, because one of the A-arm bolts, since this is a Smart Shock model, one of the A-arm bolts is kind of a pain in the butt to get past that actuator. So we might have to move and jimmy that thing to the side a little bit. But when we get to that, we'll show you guys. So
it's pretty easy to do. It's just 4 bolts at the bottom. It's hard mounted. It's
yeah,
not upper suspended like an RS1 diff.
So a little bit of a project ahead, but I feel like we can get her done.
Yeah, we're going to tackle it.
Yep.
And also a little update on the RS1. We got dates set finally for this thing. So we'll be meeting up with the winner, Nathan, in March.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, we're going to be headed to Tennessee.
Congratulations. One side. I get the shock tower brace on there. So now we got this. Yeah, see, so that's.
Oh, so it's fully free now.
It's fully free, and this is what that shock tower brace is like. You can see it's just mounted just to that only.
Look how thin that is.
For real.
Dude, that's tinfoil.
We're just gonna go really fast.
You're crushing my hand.
Oh. I'm like, why is this coming out?
How did that feel?
Not good. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So the shock tower, you can see like these two here line up here. These guys line up here, but there's rivets. So we're gonna drill those out. So you got 4 points of contact. Then these side ones do line up here, but they're pretty small. So I'm kind of debating, do I just drill out this? And then we can run.
Yeah, I think that's what they want you to do.
So a little bit of drilling, a little bit of cutting.
On
feel
your car.
good about it. It's gotta happen.
There it is. Shock tower is installed.
Yeah, already feeling really good about it. So the stock OEM shock tower, it free floats, you know, and then the fan just attaches here, and obviously that's not
Yeah.
a good frame point. But so no, this comes down in, connects right into the frame here. And what we did is we got 6 points, contacts, some bolts, boom, 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 boom. We got to drill some out like you saw. But yeah, so this is going to get nice and tight right here. And once this is all in, you actually will feel a difference in like the front end. Feel it in the steering, and might even feel it being a little bit tighter, which...
More rigidity,
which I'm actually really curious on feeling, because something I actually love about this car, it's already really tight. Like when I'm out behind the wheel, I don't know if it's maybe because it's still pretty new. Kind of new, honestly. I already have 2,600 miles on this car.
That's a lot.
It's actually a lot. But it still feels super tight in the wheel. So kind of pumped to see if this is going to, you know.
Yeah, I'll be See if it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the whole shebang, the whole front end kit.
Yeah.
This is the newer model, so the rear end's already gusseted.
Yeah. The only thing I skipped out on, and I kind of, but it'll be an easy thing if I want to do it down the road. Bump steer delete kit on this. I've heard really good things about it. So,
we'll get it down the road.
We'll get it down the road. Not happy right now.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead, pull this front piece off, this front bumper off, and actually start getting these A-arms off and start slipping in the gusset kit.
Yep.
So,
see how this goes.
See how it all bolts together.
Alright, we're making a little bit of headway here. So this bolt right here, this spot, so your actuator on your front diff, it hits. Even when you loosen all 4 bolts, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but if you just cut it and you loosen those bolts, you can get it right out. Alright, we got the lower control arm out. All this is loosened up, but grab that sucker, dude, and then let's grab your other one.
Yeah.
Wow, that thing does.
Yeah, it's not even the same
That's a
A-arm,
toothpick.
dude. Yeah, look at this. Oh my gosh, so much heavier. Oh yeah, dude. That thing's a freaking
You could
monster.
hide it.
You literally could. Oh yeah, bro, that's what's up.
Wow, that's badass.
Yeah, these babies are gonna be tough.
Link for these guys in the description.
Yep, CT Raceworks. If you guys have been in like the side-by-side world, I'm sure you guys have heard about them. God.
Alright, so you got to cut off those little ear things because your lower control arms are going to hit it. So that's why I cut those off. And now should be able to sneak that bad boy out of there.
That plate goes out.
Boom.
And this is the plate that replaces it. So what it was before, this plate came out with this bolts coming out this. Cut those. The CT Raceworks replaces that with this bracket. Gonna go like this. And now the bolts will come in this way. So in the future, a lot easier to like service. So bam bam. Now we just got to take one more bolt out, and then she's ready to start like
Assembling.
So
Man, look at that thing. Just earlier today, he's like, I hope my car never looks like that.
I literally did say that. I
2 hours
now I'm
later.
looking at it, I'm like, oh my god. It's in pieces.
Look it. She's a beaut. Got the ball joint in there. Right now, Nick's getting that sleeve for the bushings. Bushings are already pressed in there, just not the metal sleeve.
No. So.
But she'll slide in. And now it's glued.
And they'll never come out.
Look at that, dude. She's coming along. So right there's one of the brackets.
Yep.
You probably can't see it, but she's in there.
She's in there.
See it right there. So that's going to be where your upper control arm is going to be getting mounted to.
Yep. And then this guy's going to slide in.
Right above that thing.
Yep. I want to see, can we get this in? It is tricky.
Yeah, it's a puzzle piece. So the thing is when you're putting this gusset kit together, you kind of got to like loosely mount everything and assemble it all at once. So it's kind of the pain in the ass of it. Okay, boys, this is a little bit more complicated than we thought. There is a lot of tight little nooks and crannies you got to fit some bolts in. If you don't take out your front diff, it takes some maneuvering.
Yeah, you don't have to take it completely out, but definitely recommend just pulling the 4 bolts from the bottom, and you'll have some play moving it around. You don't have to take the axles out, you don't have to disconnect the drive shaft, but definitely recommend pulling those 4 bolts, because if you don't, you just won't be able to get it.
You won't be able to get it.
You have to pull those 4 bolts. But super easy, and then just get down there, you can line it back up pretty quick. So what we'll do is, actually, as soon as we get all these in, I'm going to line that diff up because we shouldn't have to move that diff anymore.
I don't think so.
And then what's going to be tricky, though, is we're going to have to line this up and everything coming in this direction at the same time.
It's like 6 things that have to line up all at once, basically.
It's tricky. But I am going to say, super pumped to have it on. I know I said it earlier, but you can definitely see where this whole front end now is just like a Twega.
Yeah, it's beefy.
So, yeah.
It's crazy. Like, so right here, Nick had to actually grind that out or cut that flange piece out so everything will be flush to it.
Yeah. We wanted to throw that bumper on. We wanted to do the winch, but if I use that bumper, that takes this out. And I don't know.
Not worth it.
Not worth it because the winch I got, kind of a pain in the butt to put in. And I just want a full CT Raceworxs front end build.
Yeah.
Know? So later down the road, I'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Got mine in.
There we go. Now we can do the next one.
All right, so we just hit a giant roadblock here. These bolts on the very bottom for the lower control arm. Come on, you can kind of see them. You can't take them out. So basically, what we've come to learn is you got to put that lower control arm into that gusset as you're assembling it, because you can't freaking get it on there.
No.
So basically, gotta start over.
Up.
Yes, it's disappointing. Take a look at my Can-Am. The only one Nick has.
It's the only one I got. So we got all the Gusset Kit, everything in. The front bulkhead here, all the backing plate, the lower. Got the bumper on. Was it a pain in the butt? 100%. Do you need 6 hands? Yes, you do. Maybe possibly 8.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Turtle, I don't think it would have been put together.
Dude, it would have been a pain in the butt.
I mean, it took literally 3 people.
Yeah. And when you're doing this note to self, do the A-arms, the lower A-arms first, putting this whole Gusset Kit on at once.
You have to put those in there.
Yeah, basically this whole bulkhead, these lower bolts, and the lower A-arms, and then that lower gusset mount basically have to slide on all at once. And make sure you have your bumper on as well.
Yeah, don't forget the bumper.
Yeah. And then once all the lowers are on, your uppers will fall into place and you can slide all the bolts through. So we did it backwards. And then we also forgot to put the bumper on.
Yeah.
But it's
do as we see, as we say, not as we do.
Exactly. So now we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna make sure everything's all nice, tight, and then once the lowers are all back on, we should be able to slide this back into place.
Lowers are on. Everything's on.
Well, I mean after it's all tight.
Oh.
So after everything's all tight down below, we'll be able to slip this back on and actually start putting like the shocks back on. Running all the wiring, making sure all the hoses, all the plugs are back in. And then it's pretty close to being done.
Yep, pretty much.
So we're past the halfway point.
Yep, I like it.
I like it too. So, all right, keep moving ahead.
Yep, that sucked.
That did suck. That was not fun process at all. That took us, 14 hours? I'm not even kidding, man. That was a bear. Just, the sucky thing is, it all has to go in like a strategic order. Like if you're like, we'll put this on. No, you can't do that. Like it literally,
There's one way.
There's one way, and that's the only way. Like
the Mandalorian way.
This is the way. Pain in the butt, but we did get it. We had some issues with the shock tower brace. What we did is we ended up putting 6 bolts in on the bottom. The 2 side bolts, that's a big no-no. Can't have those. You can only want the 4 front bolts that hold this shock tower brace on. You're not going to be able to see it. With the side bolts on, it was making this shock tower brace stick way up here.
Yeah,
so,
we thought we did something wrong.
Yeah, so we took those bolts out, loosened the 4, and then we were able to kind of bend this in. And we got everything all bolted together real loose, and then basically cinched her together. So the biggest thing when you're putting this thing together is when you got everything off and you're ready to reassemble, start with the lower A-arms and work your way up. And then once you get all the bomb-proof Gusset Kit on, make sure it's nice and tight. Then you got your shock tower brace. Keep it loose. Only the 4 bolts. Slide all this back together. Put the bolts on nice and loose. Then we cinch down the bottoms. And then we cinched down the tops. It all fell into place.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
it did.
It did.
Pain in the butt.
Hey, one thing we got to say, let's go with the positive side here. That looks badass.
Oh, I'm digging that lower.
That looks badass.
Yeah, those lowers are nasty.
Ooh, I love how the axle tucks into there.
Me too.
That's freaking sick looking.
No, I'm digging that. We left this on here. But I do love the lowers. No, that is some serious ground clearance right there. That's some serious clearance, man.
Yeah, she looks toy, dude. She looks tall as hell now.
Yeah, she does, man. She looks super
That looks super tall.
Dang.
You're almost as tall as RS1.
Close. But nope, she's all together. We just got to double check on that linkage. Put that clip back on. We got a pretty strong front end to the Can-Am, so.
All right, clap us to tomorrow. It's the next day, but Nick threw out his back today at work, so we are going to finish this up at another time. Do some test driving, see if there's any more rigidity to it or anything like that. How tight it is. Here's a little update. I'm actually going to head to KOH in Johnson Valley, California, and record the Can-Am UTV race. So stay tuned for that. I've never been there. It's going to be crazy. I'm flying out. Off-Road Diaries are helping me out with place to stay and transportation around the place. So that's going to be wild. And I get out of this snowy weather, so I'm pretty happy. Would appreciate all you guys for watching. Check out CT Raceworxs. Link for them in the description. Patreon, longer videos, ad-free, early access. And then also dirtdudes.utv.com for all your side-by-side parts and merch. Which this merch is going to be disappearing off the website soon. So get it while it's on there. Yeah. I literally just decided yesterday. I bought my plane tickets yesterday. This is wild. So, yeah. See you guys in California. One last little shot here. Look how sharp that looks, boys.
Yeah!